Hello, this is simply about networking protocols, and today I'll tell you about mirroring and its mode of operation: SPAN, RSPAN, ERSPAN, and Everflow. There is no RFC or IEEE that would describe mirroring configuration, standard, and so on. So we have to use so-called common sense and industry standards. That is bad because neither are requirements. So in case you need to implement mirroring or verify mirroring, use your vendor's hardware and software vendor documentation as much as possible to clarify how mirroring can work on this hardware and software. In this video, I'll tell about general operations and parameters of the mirroring and simply explain its most known modes of operation: SPAN, RSPAN, ERSPAN, and Everflow. In general, mirroring is a copying of frames that are running through source interface, some specific interface on our system, sending those copies to another interface on our system to be sent out to some specific device that will analyze them. From our device point of view, it doesn't matter. We're copying frames and sending them out. In standard operations mode, our device passing traffic through or generating traffic inside and sending it out, or receiving traffic that is destined to our device. So we have ingress and egress traffics running through ports and interface on our device. When configuring mirroring, we are configuring some destination port or interface that supposedly connected to this device for traffic and frames analysis, and configuring source port, for example that one, left one, where frames will be copied and sent to destination port to be sent out. Copying of the frames means that normal operation of the frame doesn't affect it. Frame continue being processed inside our device as originally and sent out or not sent out as originally. Mirroring can work on two stages: ingress and egress. Ingress mirroring means that we're copying frames that ingressing our system through specific port or interface, through source port or interface that we defined as a source for mirroring. Only frames that ingress our system, it doesn't matter what happens then. Will they egress some port or they will not egress some port? We are copying only frames that ingressing our port, and as many as ingressing our port. They can later multiply to be flooded or to be multicast forwarded, whatever. This doesn't matter. We copying only original amount and frames that ingressing our system and sent to destination to be sent out. Egress mirroring, well, pretty similar. We are copying only frames that are destined to be egress our system from port or interface that we define as a source for mirroring session. Then those copies being sent to destination port for mirroring session and sent out. It doesn't matter from which interfaces we received those frames, or they were generated by our system. It doesn't matter, and we are copying only and as many frames as destined to egress our system through source port, source interface. If none, then nothing will be copied on sent. And most common mode of operation, when both ingress and egress configured together, then we are copying frames as many as trying to ingress our system through source port or egress our system through source port. That's simple. There are two modes of operation with copied frame. Copied frame can be sent out as original frame. It means that our system sends out frame exactly as it was copied. Same fields, nothing added, nothing removed, nothing changed. Or system can be configured in the way to modify copied frame in order to be sent out. It depends on system abilities and mode of mirroring selected. We'll talk about this a little bit later. Now about mirroring modes. The most simple, most common is SPAN or port mirroring. It means that we are monitoring port, physical port, and copying all frames that, depending on stage, ingress, egress, or both, sending them to the destination port to be sent out. Usually, SPAN works in keep original frame mode. But some vendors don't want or cannot support this, so they can allow a destination port to add, for example, VLAN frames to the packet that were copied untagged, captured untagged. Depends. Read your documentation carefully. Specific of the SPAN mode is that destination port is removed from the normal operations of our device. It means that no original traffic can egress destination port or ingress destination port. It's not allowed. They will be dropped. It processes only mirrored traffic. That's it. None other packets can be captured there. RSPAN, that is for remote span. It's a mode of operations that is more, let's say, resource friendly, because this device for analysis can be pretty expensive, and connecting it to only one port can be not that useful. So it can be configured somewhere in the network, L2 network in this case, and as destination port we are configuring usually VLAN, some specific VLAN that is not used in our system, that is configured but not used by other devices in the subnet, so it is used only to transfer traffic to this analysis device. That's it. Then destination for our reason will be a port plus VLAN or VLAN, depends on your vendor specific. It supports everything else, but here it works in modify original frame mode. It needs to put this frame into a specific VLAN. Encapsulated remote span is another stage when network where device for analysis is connected is IP based, and it requires IP to be transferred correctly to this analysis device. Then ERSPAN adds L3 layer or layers to our original frame. Adds L3 layer or layers. It means that all original fields kept, plus we have additional layer of IP or some specific headers like GRE or something else, depending on the configuration. And now Everflow. Everflow is modification of ERSPAN. It works on L3 base, so it adds IP layer plus maybe some GRE headers or other headers for traffic that match conditions to be mirrored on the source port. It means it mirrors not everything like all previous modes, but it has additional condition and rule that if traffic ingress or egress match condition, it will be mirrored. It will be mirrored, copied, wrapped into additional IP-based fields and sent. And if traffic doesn't match this condition, it just keep processed by our device without any modifications and copying. That so simple. Have a great day.